again to the Forward Compatible Podcast. This is episode 111, part 1 for March 23rd, 2014. My name's Tony. I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Jason, and Matt Hayes is back.
Hey!
Hi, Matt.
Hi!
Long time no see. What's it been?
It's been
A
a
week?
little while, yeah.
2 weeks?
Since I've known your embrace.
What was Titanfall? Was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
That's a lot shorter time than the last gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In, podcast
Like a year.
time.
6 months or whatever.
Something like that.
We'll be there on Sunday.
As you can see, Mark's not here again. I don't know what he's got going on this week. Something with sex change, I think he was saying. I'm not sure.
Did we do that already?
Maybe he's going back. I don't know. Anyway, he should be back next week.
If not, we'll have somebody else fill in for him.
Mark's. I don't know today. But
Whatever.
I suppose we kick off the show with our weekly roundtable and catch our wheel on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke. Monsieur Hayes, if you'd care to go first.
All right. So I've been playing a few games, actually. One of the wonderful things about the life of an ADHD gamer is that you start 10 games and you might finish 2. Maybe 2.
Maybe.
One handheld.
Yeah.
One console game. But anyway, so I've been playing about 4 games back and forth. So I've been continuing Strider. I'm almost done with Strider finally.
Okay.
Still enjoying it, having a good time. The other ones are Final Fantasy X HD. Which
Vita
you might
or
ask
PS4?
Vita.
Or PS3?
Vita, simply for the fact that...
How did that work? One game's on the actual cartridge and one's a download?
Yes, but chances are, based on what I've been told by everybody who's played these Final Fantasy games, I'm not really even going to want to download the second one. Because it's like the Spice Girls version of Final Fantasy X.
Was it 10 too?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
The Spice Girls version of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's the 3 chicks from Final Fantasy are the main characters now. They get rid of Titus.
Titus, yeah.
Titus.
It's
We're American.
Titus, buddy.
We're American. It's Titus.
America.
It's Ryu.
This is America.
Okay?
We do things miracle.
See, I'm about to get married.
And it's Ra's al Ghul.
She's like supposed to always be right or something, right?
No.
So...
She's not here.
Right, hopefully she doesn't listen to this because I'll be in deep shit. So Titus...
There you go.
Cringed a little bit.
America!
Ooh, it hurts!
America!
Yeah, anyway, so I've been liking it. I'm about a whole 2 hours in.
So you're setting
which
up
is
your character?
further than I've made it in this game before. I've started this game 3 times.
Have you ever made it to Blitzball?
What do you mean, like the opening cutscene?
No. You
Oh,
actually get to play it.
I haven't gotten to the painful part yet that I've been told about.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I played it, I made it about 10 minutes in because I played it on my grandmother's TV way back when. Didn't even own a PS2, borrowed my friends. And because she had one of those super old tube TVs, the darks were really dark. So I'm swimming around that watery part in the very beginning, and I can't see shit. So I just quit and threw the disc through the window, and that was pretty much that.
It wasn't even his disc. Fuck yes!
That's right. That's it.
It's that. They made him that mad.
But I'm pretty sure it's virtually the same as it is on PS3, and the only reason I got it for Vita is because otherwise I will never finish that freaking game because I'm not at home a whole lot.
I just want stuff to start distancing itself from PS3 and 360. It's like, can we move on?
Oh yeah,
Like Batman.
yes.
A lot of new games this week got announced for next gen only, so that's good news. It's starting.
And a game that just came out on Friday was next gen only, which was Infamous Second Son, which leads me into my next game I'm playing, which is Infamous Second Son. That's one of the games that actually feels like a next gen game simply because they did not make a PS3 version. I'm having a blast playing that. I've played the first 2 for... I want to say the first one I played for like an hour. The second one I played for several hours. I couldn't really get into it. I didn't really like the Cole character very much. Thought it was kind of flat. And I also kind of hate games where your character feels like he's like 2 pounds. Like you kind of float around when you jump everywhere. You don't feel like you have any weight to yourself. And this one's kind of similar as far as that goes, but I like the character a lot more.
What's his name, Delson?
I don't even know. He shoots smoke.
He shoots smoke.
And
That's all that
Hey,
matters.
look, I'm him. Watch, I'm him.
Does he know the characters' names? No! But anyway.
You're already working on your jingle, right?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to have like a million jingles. That's the whole point of being an ADHD gamer. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm liking the game, like the character whose name I don't know. I usually just call him Hat Guy. He's got like a beanie.
Hipster!
Right. And I'd say I'm about 40% through. I've only had it for 2 days, so usually that's a good sign for me because if I'm like
Tearing through something.
if I'm tearing through something, that means I like it. So yeah, I'm having a good time. And then the last game that I played was Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes.
What'd you think about them shits?
I think we'll talk about it together. Because I'm pretty sure somebody else has been playing this game too.
No.
Innocence?
Yeah. Oh no? No, alright. Well, so anyway, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I did enjoy it as far as the gameplay. Mostly because and by the way, this is the first Metal Gear Solid that I can say that I 100% by myself completed.
Does this really count, though?
Shut up, yes. So...
I mean, come on. Technically, you can be... not to... I hadn't played anything this week. I picked up Metal Gear. Angry Andy played through it. But I watched 5 minutes of it and got the whole gist of the game. So, I mean, can you really count this as a game? That like
ADHD gamer.
So this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
You're turning into the chick from New Girl.
Who's that guy?
You're just singing everything.
It's Max.
I'm going to the washroom.
That's right, man.
Um,
Is something wrong with that?
Technically, you can beat this game in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
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 Without spoiling anything, it's an extraction mission.
That's not counting the cutscenes though.
You have
Which-
to you have to save. You have to your whole objective is to get in there and save somebody. If you're slick enough, you can get right to the person and get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah,
Two
multiples.
persons.
Well, I don't want to go into it too much.
All right, okay,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Spoilers. There's two.
Yeah.
Whoops. No, but anyway, as far as my thoughts on it, it's beautiful. Snake has never looked so ruggedly handsome.
You know, one thing I didn't like. Have you done any close quarters combat against anybody?
Oh, you mean have I pressed R2? Yeah.
So you've seen him like palm them, and then that big plume of dust, like
Yes. Yes. The Bruce Lee punch.
yeah. But it's like everyone's covered in dust apparently, because when you hit them, it goes poof, and like dust flies off them.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like one of those old 70s martial arts movies when they kick the guy in the face, and then there's like the dust cloud. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
Could you
Well,
never
especially
do
when
it?
it's like raining in the world around you.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that dust like fights physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes against.
But yeah, graphically looks great. Gameplay wise, the reason that I really did like it a lot was that. So I'm playing through Metal Gear Solid 3 at this time as well for the first time because it's on Vita HD, and I am kind of enjoying it, except for the fact that a lot of it is like wait in a spot for 5 minutes while people walk by so that the coast is clear and you can continue on.
Yes.
This one is a lot more action oriented, more Splinter Cell-y, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's it's just not as clunky as the other ones that I played. Mind you, I still haven't played Metal Gear Solid 4 either, so I couldn't even.
It's too late now. It's okay, because I beat that game, Metal Gear 4, way back when.
That was a launch-ish.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Right,
Oh, I didn't get the PS3 right away because keep in mind it was like $600 back then.
Right. Okay.
So I got it like a year later or whatever. But Metal Gear was still the game to get, and I grabbed it. But this was before trophy support.
Yes.
So then I went back recently. I don't remember, a couple months, maybe
they add
maybe a
trophies?
year ago. They
Okay.
patched it for trophy support. So I'm like, all right, let's do this again. I remember it being a good time. And then you pop it in and you're just like, wow, this is dog shit. It's like a PS2 game or something. You know what I mean? It looks like crap. It plays like crap. It's just like when you look at a game that came out when the PS3 first launched, and then you look at something like The Last of Us.
Right.
It seriously looks like 2 generations happened within 1 generation.
I guess the reason that I do so want to play through that, though, is I am a big fan of Hideo Kojima's extremely convoluted, make no sense stories.
Oh yeah.
Because as much as they don't make sense, they're freaking entertaining as shit.
You can get that game in a fucking bargain bin for like $2.
Yeah. So I probably will give it a playthrough eventually. I do want to finish 3 first.
Should be long.
What?
Metal Gear. It's like if you actually watch, it's quite a long game. I think playtime's only like 10-12 hours, but with the cutscenes, it turns into like 20 something.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like how this one, you know, you can
Seriously,
beat it.
it's that much.
This one you can beat in 10 minutes, but with cutscenes, you're looking at a half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
Gameplay's about a third.
Jason already kind of went. He said he's didn't really play much. I'll go now. For me, I didn't play too much. I played Assassin's Creed 4. This crazy cat borrowed it to me, and playing that on the PS4. And I'm like maybe 3-4 hours in. It's more Assassin's Creed. This was really their last hurrah for me because I'm going to give it a little bit more time because I heard it gets significantly better later on in the story. But from what I played so far, this is really my last hurrah. I've been fed up with Assassin's Creed for years, and the last 2 times they sold me on time periods that I wanted. It's just unfortunate that it was Assassin's Creed.
Because no matter what time period you're in, you're still jumping down on people just shoving a spike into their neck.
Well, I'm a big history buff, and I love American history, and I was like so happy that they decided to do Assassin's Creed 3 in the American Revolution, and then that game turned out to be kind of dog shit. It really like all those trailers is like, oh my god, you're gonna get to meet George Washington and like all this, and I'm just like, this is crazy. This is gonna be so cool, and it really wasn't that good. And this is the other thing I've always really, really wanted was an excellent pirate game. Mm-hmm. And the game started off so promising, like the tutorial or whatever. You're like on a big ass pirate ship, and you're just like destroying other ship. And I'm like, this is, oh my god, maybe they did it.
Right.
And then you get out of that that little slice of really carefully orchestrated pirate battleship scene where where you're kind of like fighting off of ships, and they throw you into the Assassin's Creed world that you're used to, and you're like, ugh, this is just more Assassin's Creed with a different paint on it.
Let me go sink another 90 viewpoints, and
it's just Assassin's Creed with a different coat of paint.
I still do enjoy it, just because monotony's kind of my friend in some ways. Obviously I'm getting married.
Yeah.
Hopefully she really doesn't listen to this. But yeah, no, I did enjoy the game overall. I agree with you a lot as far as 3 goes. I didn't hate the game in all honesty, but if I had to think of any game that just defines disappointment to me, it's that one.
The build-up is so good every year. You're like, finally, they got it right.
Yep.
And then you play it and you're like, they didn't get it right.
And I'm not mad, but I'm just like, I'm looking at it like I'm that game's dad. Like, you let me down, kid.
Yeah.
Come on. All this promise you showed. All this promise. You're going to go hanging out with those punk kids.
Started smoking them marijuana cigarettes, and there it all went.
Yep.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed since 1, so...
Two's excellent. That was...
Fuck all that.
2's it?
If it didn't if it doesn't catch me on the first try, oh no.
2's a lot. 2's a really...
Assassin's Creed, worst in the franchise.
The only time I'll give a game...
You want to know what my favorite Assassin's Creed was?
What?
Arkham.
It's true though.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna give it a little. I'm right now. I'm really meh, but I also don't have much to play on my next gens for a few more weeks. So I'm gonna keep going.
But you're gonna borrow Metal Gear.
10 minutes. We'll take 10 minutes.
You won't be able to get it in 10 minutes.
I know.
You're not good enough.
I know. No, I just don't care enough. I
Maybe
actually
just-
want to experience it. But. Fuck, sorry, that got me sidetracked. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep playing it for a little bit longer. If it still doesn't bite me, I'm just gonna give it back.
Yep.
And if it does, then I'll keep playing it for another week or 2 and then give it back. But we'll see. Cool beans.
Yeah.
News.
Dirty, sexy, news.
All right, first news story of the week. Speaking of the Ass Creed, the new one got officially announced. Sort
new
of. Unity.
One of the new two.
What's this?
money. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't look into it because it's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But apparently there's going to be 2 this year. Do you know anything about it?
I do.
Okay.
Well, I
Please
know
enlighten us.
what the difference between the two is that one is supposed to be for next gen only, and the other one's going to be for current consoles only, or previous consoles only.
So
Which makes no sense.
are
to
they
me.
2 different games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the one that's on old systems, they should put on all 4. For the people that are still late to the transitioning.
Right. That's what you would think. Or because when they said that they were announcing 2, I was thinking, oh, another Vita one. Which, if they improve on the last one, which there's a lot of room for improvement, great.
Auto platforming.
Yeah. Hold down trigger to not jump where you want to jump, even though you're pointing that way, but it always seems to grab the branch over there or there instead of the one you want because it's fucking broken.
The reason that
Creed.
I once again fear for this game, and not really fear, because once it became an annualized series, I was like, well, there it goes. It was
And you go.
what? Squirrel. No, but it's the fact that if you're making one that's only for next gen and one that's only for the last generation of consoles, you're not going to have as many sales, obviously, for the current gen or the next gen game. Sorry.
No, I get that they're wanting to do a next gen only one. The old hardware is holding back these games that are split across 2 generations.
My worry, though, is since they know they're not going to have as many sales, because they just won't, are they going to put less effort into it? Well, I guess it's not really a question of effort
I
anymore.
think-
It's an annualized series. We know how much effort's going to go into
I
it.
think less effort is going to go into the
Each one.
current gen or the last gen.
You think?
Look
I
at
don't know.
look at something like Titanfall that had 2 studios make the same game for 2 different platforms, and how many proms the 360 ones having because Respawn Entertainment's not making.
I honestly don't think that there's anything wrong with the 360 version of Titanfall.
They just keep delaying
They
it.
Need
on
more
purpose.
sales.
I think they're
Need
doing it
more
on purpose.
sales. Yeah.
Well, I think that's why they were initially doing the staggered release.
Yeah.
But now it's just getting delayed after delayed.
Well-
It's into April now.
They're trying to get those kind of semi-fence sitters who are clearly waiting for their crack. But they're like, no, I can hold off, man. I can hold off.
Yeah.
Just 2 more weeks and I can get it. And they're just like, nope, not another 2
Nope.
weeks. They're like, shit, gotta go spend $500.
Hey, you know what? If there was any current game on the Xbox One that I would say that if you're on the fence and you're a shooter fan, it's Titanfall. Go get it.
Yeah.
But back to Assassin's Creed. Yeah. I don't know. That's like when are they're gonna run this into the ground just like fucking like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that shit.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. So anyway, not much is known beyond that, at least last time I checked.
And I mean,
But,
what is this bullshit? That I mean, like, okay, I've got kind of a problem because they've done this now twice. They did it last year and they did it this year. And I know Batman did it, but Batman, they kind of like got the cover of Game Informer and everything, and that's the first foray onto the new consoles. But Assassin's Creed last year leaked Black Flag like in the fucking spring. It's like it. Do we really need like a 8-month lead-in for Assassin's Creed?
I think they're, well, dude. I mean,
Assassin's Creed.
this year is flying by. We're like a month and a half from E3, bro.
Dude, bro.
So they gotta start getting some of these little sneakies out there to get the hype going for E3.
The way that this, well, they released the trailer now. I haven't seen it for Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm guessing that's the next gen one. But I guess the way that it came out was like there was a leak. Someone
That's what it
leaked
was
some
last year.
images.
These are well planned, well timed.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the Black Flag was a
Right.
leak
Right.
last year,
Right.
like around the same exact time.
Which honestly, I don't understand.
Call of Duty should be getting leaked any day now.
I don't kind of get it because I don't really care about any of this until
Like a
E3
month
comes along
before.
anyway.
Oh.
Well, because E3 is the time that I'm gonna be like, okay, now I'm gonna watch every trailer that's there because
That's when you get
it's compiled
excited.
for me.
You get
Right.
excited for the next 7 months.
That's when they
in
bring
gaming.
their A game. It's not like, oh, we leaked a little 30-second clip.
That,
Whoops.
that doesn't show any gameplay footage
Right.
whatsoever.
Yeah, you're gonna get like 3-minute full blown trailers
Yeah.
at E3. Rock on.
Yeah.
All right. More news!
Woo, news.
We finally got a little Nintendo news in the news this week.
It's good news.
There's
I mean, we're not gonna shit all over.
a new game surfaced at GDC or
Yeah.
Game Developers Conference. Yeah.
DC.
Mario vs. DK for the Wii U's.
Yeah, because the DS ones did so well.
Yeah, right. I don't
Fucking
know.
lemmings.
Yeah, I don't know too much about this series personally because I've never played the DS ones, and that's the only system I've ever seen it on.
Yeah.
They
did. I think the one cool thing is they showed there's like a bunch of little mini Marios on the screen.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody here in this room right now is like Nintendo fanboy enough to be like, "Yay, Mario vs. Donkey Kong!"
Definitely not.
No.
So, yeah, if you're looking for excited people about this game, you're just looking at the wrong room right now.
I'm a fan of Nintendo, but a very, very harsh critic of theirs.
Right. I mean, this particular game.
Oh no,
In
not
this room,
even,
you're not
not
going to
even
find
a
anybody.
little
Right.
bit.
If it was like, ooh, Smash Brothers news, I'd be like,
Maybe,
hey,
yeah.
yeah, why not?
New Mario or something. Not
Yeah.
Mario vs. DK.
Right. Yeah.
But hey, let's get another game.
Yeah.
Brings them up around 4 or 5.
Okay.
Eh? All right.
We're counting.
we have to. There's so few of them. More news. Respawn Entertainment's already talking about Titanfall 2.
Mhm.
A lot came out about it this week. It's definitely in the works, and it's seeming like it's no longer going to be an Xbox exclusive. They talked about that
Sorry.
way before, but it was all like rumor and he said, she said. EA is they're picking up the sponsorship again, or the
Yeah.
Publishing.
publishing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Once again, and yeah, it sounds like this one's going to come out everywhere.
To my knowledge and my understanding, Respawn did not originally know that Titanfall was going to be exclusive to Xbox going into it. They said in an interview that became part of the deal later on.
Well, from what I heard, initially it was a PC game only.
Okay.
Then Xbox signed a deal with them to bring it over to the Xbox One, and it did have some clause in there that it'd be an Xbox exclusive. I think they overlooked it, and they're just like, "Oh, okay, a lot of money, cool."
Yeah.
And then not realizing it, and then they saw what they signed, and PlayStation was no longer able to get it.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, as long as everybody gets the game, I mean,
Right.
eventually it'll be cool.
I am curious, though, to find out, like, see the numbers and see financially, was it a better investment to... Did Microsoft pay them enough for the exclusive to equal
I
the sales they would have gotten on
guarantee you
PS4?
that they did.
The thing, okay, unfortunately, Microsoft's been really quiet about numbers lately, but because in North America they don't have to do anything. Like Japan's probably the best for this sort of thing.
Right.
There's weekly, I think they're called MPD reports that have to come out, so you know exactly what hardware sold, exactly what software sold for every platform every week. Europe's a lot better about it than we are. So like the numbers from the UK are coming out pretty regularly, but it's not like you don't have to do it, but they're coming out. And the Xbox One spiked like crazy for the last 2-3 weeks over there.
Really? Okay.
Since it's been out. It's been selling a ton of consoles. So the way to look at it is they might be taking a hit now by spending so much to get EA or this particular game on their system, or with these like $50 price cuts and stuff, they may be losing a little. But now you have people that own your $500 box, and now it's a lot easier to get them to go buy a $60 piece of software. And they're roped in for the next 7 or 8 years.
Right.
So you're going to start making a lot of money through controllers and peripherals and Xbox Live, and they'll make all that money back. So I think it's a really good investment.
It's a smart business decision. I'm just kind of sore because I don't have $500 for Xbox One. I really don't want to play it on 360. I think.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Everybody's like, but it's coming to the 360. I think it's going to be a fucking flushed out, terrible. Like,
Yeah. No, if you're gonna play the game, and you have, like I said, and you have the
do it on PC or Xbox.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I guess that's a sign that the game's sold decently so far. Then at least, if they're willing to already. I mean, we're 2 weeks post release, and they're already gearing up for a sequel.
We sold at my store a lot of Titanfall bundles. because Xbox One has been slow lately. We've had a lot of them kind of laying around in the back room, and then we got a huge shipment of the Titanfall consoles before it launched to get them like a day or two before, and then I went the next week to work and they were like all gone. It was like, oh wow, we got rid of all those, huh? So they moved I think it moved a lot of hardware.
And to my understanding, like a lot of the collector's editions sold really well. And I mean, that's $250.
Yeah.
That statue was badass. Though.
That was an amazing statue. Holy cow.
Yeah. But yeah, good for Respawn. You know.
Yeah.
Good for Microsoft.
I guarantee you, Activision was like, fuck. You know?
They got to get these things out the door.
Yeah.
It's nice to
Activision's
start
got-
seeing some demand for that supply.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So. More news. Speaking of Microsoft, they came out and
That's the fucking Segway master here.
started getting a little. Yeah, I know, right? Started getting a little.
Mark
little
who?
hinty hints of the upcoming E3 press conference. Apparently,
Where the fuck have I been this week?
they one of the guys, I don't remember his name, on his Twitter feed, somebody asked him what we can expect from this year's E3. Is it going to be similar to like their initial showing? And the guy's like, no, it's all games. He said they actually have so much to show, they're having to cut stuff out because their allocated block is only like 90 minutes. And he's like, we actually already are having problems putting everything into the conference. So that's some exciting news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I think Microsoft learned a lot from the backlash they were getting in the latter years of the 360 with not having much outside of Halo or Gears. So I think they're probably not going to have as much as Sony.
And what are we going to see this year at E3? Halo and Gears.
Yeah.
But they probably have a lot more in the works than a lot of people realize. But I seriously doubt it's on the par with what Sony's got.
Well, I know. At least going into it, they've released a list of the first 25 Xbox
Those are all
ID
indie games, though, yeah.
games. Hey, that's still
Well, half of those have been on PlayStation
Yeah.
for years.
well, that's still good news.
Yeah, and
you
they've
know?
been on PC even longer.
Yeah, I mean, as long as my general feel for like the indie games and stuff, as long as you're getting your game out to as many platforms as you can, that's
It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's good for developers. It gives everybody a chance to
Yeah.
play it, no matter what hardware you own. Half that stuff's uninteresting because I
Yeah.
beat it like 3 years ago for free from PlayStation Plus. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Hopefully, it does well. I'm more excited to see what bigger games Microsoft has in the works.
I just told you, it's Halo and
we all know
and
those.
then we'll see the Fable game.
We all know those are coming. Yeah, and
We'll get
probably see,
Forza Horizon 2, which is rumored also.
I can't wait to hear whether we got 3 or 5 years to wait until The Last Guardian or Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Never happening.
Who knows?
It's never happening. Get over it.
actually, what's his face came out and said this week they're still working on it.
Yeah,
I didn't
They
think it was big
said
enough.
that last
Working
week
on it.
and the week before.
Yeah.
working on it.
I
You
didn't think
know,
that was-
and
I didn't think it was
because they're
big
winning the
enough.
World Series this year.
We retextured one of the Guardian's feathers this week.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
He's
Guys.
that much more lovable.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
never gonna
Which
happen.
means it'll tear your heart out when he dies.
Yeah.
More news. Switching over to the other side of the console wars. A little PlayStation news. Top story of the week. It's actually like I tied 3 PlayStation art thingies into one. The biggest piece is about a month ago, Sony promised that supply constraints would work themselves out by April for sure. Where you'd be able to just walk into a store, PS4s will be on the shelf. They had to retract that statement, and they came out and said that the PlayStation 4 is still having extreme supply constraints, and that it probably won't be readily available until later in the summer.
Sounds about right.
So that's that's no bueno.
The day after E3.
Could be.
I mean, let's be realistic. Like, is there a huge demand for them? Yes. Is there part of that an artificial supply shortage? Yes. Very little. I'm not saying that it's like some big conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like there's a warehouse with 1 million of them sitting in there. but they always hold some back. Everyone does it. That's how supply and demand works.
It's
So
just
yes,
some
there's a stockpile somewhere
Yeah.
of some of them. It's probably not as big as what you'd imagine. You know,
Yeah.
not enough to
They have to hold some back for like warranty too. Like if somebody
Exactly.
legitimately bought one and it broke,
Yeah.
you can't be like, sorry, we still have to make them. You have to be like, sorry, here's your new console.
Yeah, and I mean, and then you got to remember retailers also do an artificial, supply shortage too. For instance, Best Buy, let's say they get 100,000 to ship out to the stores. Well, they're gonna hold back 10,000 of them for a special sale. Not that the system's gonna be on, but like a big sale weekend, so that they have them in stock and so on and so forth. That's
Yeah.
how things like that work.
Oh, yeah. Staying on that news, the PS4 will be getting a patch soon, which allows that extremely bright light that comes out of the controller.
Oh my god, yeah. Holy crap. Have you played in the dark room?
Yeah, all the time. I always play in the dark.
Yeah.
In a,
So,
in a beanbag.
So are you
Naked.
saying
eating
Tony?
Cheetos.
Tony, are you saying that?
with one hand on the controller, one hand on
Are
the
you
hand.
saying that the PS4 controller doesn't work in the dark?
So no, apparently you can't turn it off yet, which is unfortunate. But
I know he started reading that article and was like, "Fuck!"
I got so happy. I'm like, oh.
So I got like a nice 22-inch size monitor next to my bed, so I'm like, oh great, I can still play and turn the lights out. I'm like, I won't wake Amber up, it'll be fine.
Then that light reflects
Holy,
right in your
it's
eye.
like
It's
10.
brighter than the sun.
There's an awesome company out there on eBay that makes stickers that go over the light bar. That's like almost like
Yeah, they're cool like
But
shapes, right?
Yeah, you can customize whatever you want.
Oh, so it'll look like
You can
a
have
certain
a
shape of light
bat
up.
symbol. We could do a Ford compatible one, or you can do just a straight black one, and
You
they're
can do,
like $4.
Smiley
a piece.
faces and dinosaurs,
Yes.
and then leave your PS4 on all night. If your kid needs a nightlight, just leave the controller.
Exactly.
Good to go.
And it's literally like $4 for them.
It's kind of cool though.
Yeah, I forgot what, I think it was IGN. We're not plugging them.
Right.
I think they did a little review of them. It's actually they were really cool. Like if I had one, that's the first thing I'd buy would be one of those stickers. Had to get into the vanilla, huh?
I don't give a fuck.
If I wasn't into spending money on things that I didn't need, I wouldn't be on this podcast. So
Yeah, you would go nuts for the Batman one. Actually, it's really cool.
It does.
They're like $7.
4
Yeah, but then you have to ship them, right?
free shipping.
Oh, really?
It's a sticker. They stick it in an envelope.
Oh yeah.
I may have to, since you got me a statue, I may have to order you one.
Aw.
It'll never happen. So I'll forget to mail it.
That'll happen. I'll forget.
Okay, that's fine. It's
Um,
not like I forget anything ever. Like that a podcast exists for 6 months. Continue.
and the last thing that came out for Sony this week, gentleman Phil Spencer, he's one of the bigwigs over at Microsoft, came out and talked about the PlayStation 4 success and how it's not worrying him, even though they're almost getting outsold by double at this point, less than 6 months into the official releases. He's went on and said a couple cliche statements like it's a marathon, not a sprint, and
Right.
some such fiddle faddle.
Well, I'm pretty sure they got enough money that it really doesn't matter to him at this point.
I think the Xbox division loses money overall for Microsoft. It's just like
Right.
it's like a pet project for them. They're so rich.
It's like this, 15-year experiment.
yeah.
No big.
But of course he's going to say that. What do you say when you're losing?
I mean,
Right.
but realistically though, I don't think they're worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
They are in significantly less territories
Yeah.
right now, but
There's
they're losing on their home turf and the biggest
Now-
market share, which is America. They're
I
losing.
do believe if they would have come out of the gate guns blazing with all their AAA titles on full release, day one, and they were losing, then they'd be worried. But I mean, like, you have the holdouts we all know about.
Right.
You got the people that aren't going to buy it until the first price drop, or that first Halo comes out, or whatever the case may be.
Nobody's really going to
So-
run out the door to get Rise.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. We did.
I
That
also-
was the shit.
I also think
Rise
Rise
was
good.
cool.
I also think you're going to have a lot of converts this coming fall for COD because I think people saw through the bullshit and saw that COD was very last gen,
Yeah.
not PS4 360 was just getting PS4, Xbox One, it was just getting ported up.
Yeah.
And I think people are like, let's give it a year. And this year, I think it'll be more next-gen focused.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be the year that people want to...
I mean, as soon as the bro gamers kind of click, I mean, your hardcores are probably going to lean a little bit towards PS4. But as soon as the bro gamers, when they get that brand new Madden and that UFC game that looks amazing. And
Madden 2 helped hurt them, now that you said that, because the consoles came out 5 months after Madden comes out. So it was already a half-a-year-old game.
Nobody wanted to
And like,
wait.
it's on next-gen. That's not going to help anybody.
No.
People are like, I'll just wait 6 more months till the next
Exactly.
Madden comes
2K
out.
still seem to be selling like crazy though. I still saw
Well,
people walking in to get it from you.
that just looks so much better. It does. I
Well,
have it.
plus we're also Chicago.
And
So,
that was
yeah.
also a couple months after. Like, Madden was...
alright.
It was a month after.
That's what I'm
technically, 'cause
saying.
it's beginning of October.
Madden was
August.
approaching the
halfway point.
football season's playoffs. The season was virtually over when those systems launched.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was closer though to NBA Live, which was phenomenal. Just, I mean, oh my god.
Oh my god, best
Sure.
next gen game
jeez.
ever.
But I mean, yeah, I don't think like now 2 years from now, if it's still the 2-to-1 ratio, then I think they're going back to the drawing board and going to try to figure out something. But right, I mean, we're 6 months in.
Yeah.
You know, realistically, we're
Well,
6 months in.
the only
And I'm
thing
not knocking either of them.
No, I
You
know. The only thing that I find a little concerning for Microsoft is this was their territory to lose. Like, it was a Sony-dominated world for the PS1 era, the PS2 era.
Mm-hmm.
They're the two greatest selling home consoles of all time. And PS1 is the greatest selling... No, PS2, excuse me, is the greatest selling piece of hardware, period. Even more than the DS, just by a couple million, but it's still ahead. Whereas the DS passed the PS1. But then they bombed with the PS3. They lost market share. The 360 took over and became everybody's favorite console. It was Microsoft's to lose. People wanted to be on Team Microsoft, and then they really pissed everybody off.
Because that's when I got into the console gaming, and so that's why I was like, Microsoft, and you're like, oh, try some Sony games. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to try
I
that
told
for?
your ass.
And then I got PlayStation Plus for free, and that just kind of,
Converted you?
that I haven't touched my 360 in a little while.
Me neither, except for Netflix and HBO Go.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I was doing Netflix on the Xbox One last night.
Is it finally fixed?
It's looking better.
Can I finally switch?
I don't give it a shot. I watched about 2 hours on it and didn't
No
have any
weird
problem.
hiccups, no? Okay.
No.
I was excited to see...
The dog turned off the TV and I had to go back into the video. I guess because my Xbox One's patched through my TV, the whole setup. So my video stopped, which was nice, I guess. I didn't, because it took me 30 seconds to pick up the remote and turn it back on and wait for it to kick back on. So that was but I was watching it on Xbox One. Now they just need to get the media sharing in there, and I won't need my Xbox 360.
I was so happy
Plex!
to see
Watched RoboCop last week.
HBO Go. I was like, oh, PS4. Holy crap. You have Comcast? Sorry.
They don't let you do it off Comcast?
No, not for Sony. It's only Microsoft.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can use HBO Go
Okay.
on your PS4 with any other carrier pretty
Except
much.
Comcast?
Except Xfinity. Yeah.
Lame.
Yep. So that
just knocked all three of us out of HBO Go on the PS4.
Oh, I still got it on the 360.
Yeah, but I'm just saying-
gives no
Yeah.
fucks.
we're in Chicago. I mean,
Now, HBO Go didn't have Comcast when it first launched on the 360. It
right.
took
right.
like
They added
2
it on
weeks.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's hope.
No.
Let's hope.
No.
Why not? I mean,
I have been hoping, but the more I go through all the message boards, which really is not the place to go, I guess, because people just flame hate all day.
Yeah.
But they're just like, it'll never happen.
I love comment boards.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it'll never happen.
I'm that guy
And
just
then
sitting there eating popcorn.
when it
just
does
laughing.
when it does happen, they
Flame,
all
go
turn.
ahead.
They all turn. Oh, I knew it was coming all along. I found
Uh-huh.
out in these leaks and these patch notes and they deciphered.
I deleted my last 50 comments on the subject, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's about all I got for this week's news, sir.
really quick, we got a bonus news story.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mi-
right.
Bonus news.
Missing Worlds Media, which is the team developing the spiritual successor to City of Heroes called City of Titans, who had their successful Kickstarter, which we pledged to. They've come out this past week and announced that their game will be built on the Unreal 4 engine, which I may be misquoted, but to my knowledge, it's the first indie developer to come out and say that they're using Unreal 4.
Right.
So that's pretty awesome.
Nice.
So we wanted to make sure to mention that. They're getting a ton of coverage, and I know we've been saying it for months, but at some point here, eventually, we're gonna get them back on the line and talk to them again.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
that.
Speaking of Kickstarter, something I kickstarted, they finally released some gameplay video of, like, obviously unfinished, but I'm pretty sure you guys don't really care about Mega Man. But
We all know about
Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
I like my-
They released some video of it. And
I'm just gonna buy it.
I am so excited. It's gorgeous. I just want to touch it and play it. I want to touch his Mighty Number 9.
I just want to cuddle it. Tee tee.
Alright.
Okay. Give me just a second. Because I believe Lykios had a question, but he always sends his on our Facebook.
Alright. Oh god. Is it time for
Quick little notes from Lykios here. He said, so have any of you tried the new Strider yet? Or are you still none except Brian? Well, obviously, man over here played it.
Yep.
He's also getting his ass kicked on the final boss from the new Zelda and wants to know if they have any tips. If we have any tips. I am not there yet.
You talking about Yugi or whatever his name is? You've
Final boss
if
of the
you
new Zelda. That's
if you've played it for 5 minutes, you know who the character is.
no.
I'll forget in like 5 minutes.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna give him tips, I'm not gonna listen here. So go ahead and then just tap my shoulder when you're done.
The painty guy, right?
Yeah.
I haven't got that
Why
far
don't you re-ask this and let me know what you're struggling on? Because I don't remember this. I don't mean this to be mean. I don't remember this being very hard. I remember some of the earlier bosses being way harder than the end boss. Let me know what you're running into, and then I can answer it for next week.
Yeah.
It's the best I can do.
everything's easy for me.
Except for the sand one, which I bitched about constantly. That's the hardest boss in the game. I've been telling everybody, man.
Okay, this
Those
one's
fucking pillars up top, and you gotta like shoot the arrow at.
this
them to
one's
stop
kind
them.
of long, so I don't know if we want to shorten it down. And we would probably need to be a little bit more prepared for this one. But he wants to know top 3 genres of music and your top 5 bands for each. So I mean that's kind of
Okay,
kind
why don't
of-
we just do top 5 bands total?
okay. That sounds good, and then you can kind of figure out what the genre is from there.
I could kick it off.
Are we doing all 5, or
I'm gonna do.
top
I'm
3
gonna
genres?
my 3 genres are probably punk, ska, and rock. When I say rock, I don't mean fucking Creed. I mean AC/DC.
What's wrong with Creed?
Huh? Yeah, sure.
That Spider-Man song was phenomenal.
My top.
I'm so high.
What is it? The top 5 bands of all time.
Yeah. So we'll just stick to.
I know.
Yeah.
I know my favorite band is 311. I'm not gonna order the other 4. I'm just gonna list them off. They're all very close. Probably Pennywise, Less Than Jake, Bush, and Led Zeppelin.
You know what's fucked up is you have a lot in common with my girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah. Matt.
What was it? 3 genres?
3 genres, 5 bands.
3 genres would be hip hop. Then I'm pretty eclectic. Probably singer-songwriter jazz. I guess is not really one genre, but
We'll let it slide.
little piano, little singing, some like Alicia Keys / Jamie Cullum, and then I guess mostly just like singer-songwriter stuff, piano, guitar,
Okay.
whatever. And then bands-wise, I guess it would go. Man, it's hard to update this now because I hate a lot of people I used to love. Old Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Like lasers?
No.
No.
Like
Older.
Food and Liquor.
Okay.
One. Yeah. And mixtapes. Man, a lot of these are old because I don't like them anymore. Old Wale. Jamie Cullum for sure is up there. I like me some Josh Ritter. And come back to me for my fifth. There's a lot to sort through here.
Um.
I'm just gonna go to most played.
This is really hard because my musical tastes are wide and varied. I don't know if I can necessarily pick genres, to be honest. So I'm just going to do my top 5 bands, and you can kind of figure it out from there. Okay, in no specific order. There's MC Chris, Metallica, new and old. I'm one of the ones, the very few
Actually
that
likes them both.
that can actually listen to all of it. Ozzy Osbourne / Black Sabbath, Black Label Society. He kind of falls in the same line as Ozzy though, because he was Ozzy's guitarist. A Finnish band called Him, which pre Hot Topic trendy. And a local Chicago band called I Fight Dragons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I could keep going, but I'm gonna leave it.
Oh, I
at
could have
that.
easily named 10.
Eminem's on there.
I missed
for me.
the Offspring for
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, since my list is so ridiculous, I'm just
We're gonna have to do a music podcast one day.
I'm gonna completely redo this with just my top 5 played artists.
Okay.
So these are like in the thousands.
Mine changes depending on like the seasons, to be honest. Because
Right.
I missed CKY. Though I listened to them in the summer, but they're not together anymore, and so on and so forth.
But mine would go Frank Ocean, The Roots, Lissy, Lupe is on there, but it's old stuff. And my last one, I guess, would be CeeLo Green.
Cool. So, like Yos, I'm sure I'll talk to you at some point during this week because I know I've been putting it off, but we're finally going to start our Donkey Kong retro run. I haven't had time yet with the transition and everything that's been going on. Next question comes from Andrew Dillon.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi.
Giro.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Andrew wants to know what's the funniest line from a video game character.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
The coal train runs on a whole grain, baby.
motherfucker! God damn it! I think when I met Tony, like that was that's all.
It's like our first running joke.
Yeah. That and the Cole rant from Gears 2. I'm in your house, bitch!
Yeah.
Delta Squad in your house, bitch! And then, of course, sup, bitches?
What's up, bitches?
This is really hard. I'm just going to go with, like, a current one. And that would have to be just about anything out of Claptrap's mouth.
Yeah, Claptrap's a funny
Yeah.
fucker.
Yeah.
Yes.
That other Handsome Jack is hysterical, dude. That's what I'm looking most forward to with Telltale's take on them, is because they're really like
They're gonna
story
flesh out
based.
the-
Script-wise.
And I want to hear Handsome Jack just go
Yeah.
nuts, dude.
Yeah, he was probably my favorite character in Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
was Hamster
by-
Jack.
yeah.
I would have rather played as him.
That other dude's pretty funny too at sometimes. Marcus, the guy who sells you everything.
Yeah.
From Borderlands.
I know you didn't really delve into the expansions too much, but Andy's gonna kill me. The guy who runs, he's like the wrestler guy. He's in one of the expansions. I don't remember. It's the same guy who does Hercule's voice from Dragon Ball, which is really obscure reference. But all of his quotes are fucking awesome. There you can download from the Borderlands website ringtones of his and Claptrap's, and I can't. Like one of them, he's talking about fighting sharks and punching sharks in the face and shit. It's ridiculous. I can't remember his name.
The problem with this question for me is, even though video games have been around for around 3 decades, no more than that now, right?
Long time.
Forever. They've been around forever. Like the comedic aspect hasn't really come in until like 2 generations ago.
64, like Conker's Bad Fur Day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2-3 generations. That's all it's been.
I think anything comedy before that would have just been PC stuff.
something really weird and obscure
Yeah.
because most of the stuff
Like
like
Leisure Suit Larry stuff.
Torque,
Yeah.
Mr. Torque. Campaign of Carnage. That's who it is. I had to look it up because it was bothering me. Sorry.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm having such a hard time thinking of funny characters. Like,
Because back then, like
Yeah.
it wasn't about comedy; it was about the game.
right.
It was either a sports game or Sonic or Mario. It wasn't meant to be fun.
I mean, a prime example is, and I know it's more recent, but like Super Mario RPG, there's no voice acting in it whatsoever. But Mario mimes out different scenes, and so like he'll.
you can giggle here and
Yeah,
there.
I mean it is really funny, but yeah, Coltrane really he's got to be way up there. Way up there.
So I think that's me. I know the Portals are really funny.
Cave Johnson was good.
Yes. Oh God.
Yes.
Why didn't I think of that? Oh my God.
I mean, even the shit that Gladys was
Who's his
saying.
voice? The J. Jonah Jameson guy.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know.
God, he's hilarious.
There's a lot of funny games now. Like
Honestly,
I don't know if you've ever played Trine 2. Trine
honestly,
2 is gold. It's got that old English voice actor who does the talking about the plot while you're playing it. It's like this weird platformer.
Is that the one that's
And-
available for PS4?
Yeah, it was on PS3 for free though, PlayStation Plus.
the narrator from The Cave, which is
that's the same style
Yeah.
as when I'm talking about
That's what-
Trine. And they do those weird old English accents, and they do like they joke as it's happening. You actually start laughing. You're like, that's really funny.
I honestly I don't mean to like brush Andrew's question off, but I think funny characters is an entire topic of the week. 1 week.
We could do that.
Nathan
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
Half the stuff he
Like-
corrects.
Uncharted is
like
really
we
funny.
got to do like your top 10 video game quotes or something. I think write that down for a topic of the week that we'll do here coming up real soon.
We should do that next week because I got a lot for. I could do my top 10 Drake
There we
quotes.
we can
Isn't that the
do
guy from Infamous?
Drake is really funny. No, that's Zeke.
Zeke.
That's the side character guy. Yeah.
Right,
Why?
yeah, the Fat Elvis guy.
What are we
but yeah,
doing?
top
Supposedly
10
funny.
video game
Video
quotes.
game quotes.
Character quotes.
Yeah, I forgot. Surprisingly, he had to remind me about Uncharted. I forgot about that.
There's
Uncharted's
another-
hysterical.
Yeah.
There's another one of yours right there.
Daxter, he's the man.
Yeah.
Daxter's hysterical, dude.
He is.
And Clank. Clank from Ratchet and Clank is fucking really funny.
Oh,
Thanks, Henry.
But Clank is funny in that it's not for everybody. It's like if you like Big Bang Theory, that like Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
If you like him, if you think he's funny, his character is like written off of like it's like a straight up
Yeah.
like thievery.
Also, since we're talking about next week, we're still doing the Press Start to Drink charity thing, right? The
Yeah.
movies next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
So
Is
we're
that
gonna be
part
there.
2 next week?
Huh? I don't know. I think we'll
We'll see how it goes.
We'll do a in-house part 2,
Okay.
and then we'll do a recap of it the following week. So, do you have one that you want to pick for now, and then we'll do it? We're gonna
What-
do a
what?
whole topic of the week. Did you pick anybody?
For what?
Funny character
funny.
quotes.
Right now, no.
Funny like
Okay.
a clown.
I'm just scouring the internet because it's so hard to summon it from like
Okay.
recesses.
So
I'm
go,
afraid.
we'll
Funny
go
like a
ahead and
clown.
we'll write you in for next week and we'll play it by ear. But and we'll write you in for next week and we'll play it by ear. But
Alright.
do a top 10 list. We'll do that.
all right.
All right.
So now we're on to our BS facts.
Bullshit.
Is the jingle playing? Okay. This is episode number 37
Oh god.
from October 2012.
Oh god.
And this is the time frame that we've kind of touched on, where I call it the turn, and what it is, the turn is Tony's hatred for Resident Evil, my love for Resident Evil starts to switch.
We cross.
We do a double turn there.
He was looking very forward to Resident Evil 6.
In like the so bad it's good.
No, like
You love it,
I was so
or-
excited for the game until we
And I
got
was
our
like,
hands
dude,
on
this
it.
is going to be hot trash.
Uh-huh.
And
Resident Evil 6.
because of your super low expectations, you're like, wow, it's
I
real trash.
loved Resident Evil 6.
So here we go.
Really?
Okay.
And he was all like, yeah, everybody looks at me funny. I think it's the best Resident Evil that's coming out in a long fucking time.
Don't start.
I'm educating Matt
Because you know
about
it's
the
coming. It's
truthfulness.
coming up in one
Alright,
of
so
the
let's
future
continue.
episodes.
Go.
Okay, episode 37, October 2012. Bets. Tony bets he will never purchase a Windows 8 or Apple product and will never use one.
Well, I did get that laptop from Brian for recalculously
And you
cheap.
also forgot to bring it again, so I could help you set up your comic book reader on it.
But I'm also probably getting rid of it because I hate the thing.
Yeah.
I've had it for like a month or two now, and
Have you even used it?
I use it to play on the internet, but everything's so backwards on them.
That's the whole purpose. It's exactly backwards.
So
By the way,
weird.
speaking of comic book reader and completely off topic, issue 55 of Fables.
Up
That's
and
what I'm
out.
up to.
Oh, it's ripped. Nice.
Yeah.
Which just give me a story arc. Which story arc are you in?
Shit, where am I?
Are you past the War of the Dolls?
Oh yeah, the Woodmen, the
Yeah.
Wooden Soldiers. Yeah, way past that. Way past that.
Do you know who the
They
adversary
they
is?
just did Christmas, the Christmas episode.
Do you know who the adversary is?
Yeah,
Oh, that was in the Woodman.
yeah, that's yeah. I know who the adversary is.
Christmas.
They just sent Hansel back to Fabletown.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right. Someone's like, what?
I'm trying to read them. I can't though because
Remember we talked about this, Tony. The words sometimes they're too big. It's okay.
And don't feel bad, Tony,
scary
that,
world out
that,
there.
that you know you kind of got egg on your face about the Apple product thing, because the next bet is Jason will still buy a Wii U even though he will hate it.
Yeah, that happens too.
That's still up in the air. I mean, I'm actually technically in the market for one and may acquire one within the next month.
Get a PS4 first, dude.
No.
Oh, God.
Tony, it's along the lines of how you got yours.
Okay.
Okay. Tony bets that the Wii U will sell like hotcakes, even though more and more bad stuff is being released every week.
That kind of came true.
Yeah, hotcakes.
Are we talking like that fake demand thing again? Right.
Yeah, the Wii U reversed it.
Random stuff. PETA wants to blow up Mark and the circus.
He does. They do. They do.
Episode 37 was the first David Letterman ever.
Really?
And unfortunately, see, Mark, you're not here to celebrate the first David Letterman.
son of a...
But I am.
Mark and I do the Borderlands tournament. Mark picks Axton, Zero, Salvador, and the new chick. And here we go. Jason says Resident Evil looks like shit while watching Angry Andy play it. So there's the start of it. Okay? That's the beginning of my hatred for Resident Evil 6. And you hadn't played it yet. It's fine. We're good.
Okay.
This fucking tournament will not die.
Yes.
Tournament recaps. Ezio versus Ryu. Not Ryu, Ryu. Okay. Mark and
Yes.
Tony vote Ezio. Jason goes with Ryu. Ezio wins. Then we have Albert Wesker versus Psychro.
Oh, shit.
Jason and Mark go with Wesker because he can catch rockets. Tony goes with Psychro because he likes him more. Wesker wins.
It's true.
That's what these battles are. Do you like them more?
What's that? Cat Sith versus Dom.
Psycho wouldn't beat anybody. It's a little bitch.
No competition. Everyone goes with Dom.
For what?
The sidekick tournament was Cat Sith versus Dom, and we picked Dom. Obviously. Sup, bitches?
What's up, bitches?
I think that's why he won. Because sup, bitches. I think that's exactly what we said. That is our BS Facts for the week.
Nice.
I don't have any other announcements to make.
All right, this has been episode 111, part 1. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.